seeking chaos and showing off, a deep-level genetic self-mutilation.
The scene of the crime in your brain. Imagine this: you see two people exploding into a fierce argument on the street. Or, you are scrolling through your phone and stumble upon an epic online flame war. It is a common sight. Your first instinct is to stop and watch. Right. You want to see what happens, or dive into the comments to see who is getting roasted. But what if I told you that simply by watching their angry expressions or reading those aggressive words, the genes of your brain neural circuitry are already being permanently rewritten? It sounds terrifying. And it should. Welcome to this deep exploration. I must first declare that this program is proudly sponsored by the Buddha Bodhi Association of Australia, bringing you an authentic taste of enlightened wisdom. The trap of external remedies. In our daily lives, when we face relationship friction or inner anxiety, we usually hunt for the latest psychological series or best-selling self-help books. We are always looking outward for the antidote. But today, we're reopening a completely different kind of fire, a profound dialogue between a master and his disciples, reaching into the deepest essences of the Ratnakuta Sutra and the Avatamsaka Sutra. This text is heavy. Our mission is to extract the chillingly high price of human conflict and vanity from this ancient conversation. The great escape, running from chaos. The Ratnakuta Sutra mentions 60 bodhisattvas who made a startling vow: if they ever encounter a place of strife and do not flee 100 yojanas away like a swift wind, they have deceived the Tathagata. 100 yojanas is roughly 1,000 kilometers. Why such a dramatic escape? The master explains it: because if you don't run, you will get smoked. Think of it as second-hand smoke for the soul. We think we receive. Objective observers. We aren't. Those violent words and distorted faces are being absorbed into your subconscious. This is self-habituation, vasana, in Buddhism, and in modern neuroscience. It is a negative demonstration of neuroplasticity. When you watch a conflict, your mirror neurons are firing. You are literally absorbing the behavior. Once it has called into your brain, it doesn't wash off. The next time you face a conflict, your brain will take the shortcut it knows best, and suddenly, you read the one rolling on the ground, screaming. The invisible trap at the arrogance of virtue. Suppose you read disciplined. You fled the conflict and done great deeds. You accumulated merit. Are you safe now? Usually, this is the most dangerous moment. The brain sets a second, more subtle trap there to show off, known as JNF, Jinfa, arrogant boasting. The 60 bodhisattvas vow never to show off their virtues, not their discipline, their knowledge, or even their simple lifestyle. The master offers a piercing insight: showing off is like taking the money you worked so hard to earn and using it to buy misfortune. One disciple struggled with this, admitting that even when he just thinks to himself, "Wow, these sweet potato leaves I cooked are delicious," he feels an itch for others to know how great he is. Poverty masking as wealth. Modern psychology encourages positive self-affirmation. So is this too harsh? The master draws a sharp line. It is about the motive of comparison. Healthy affirmation gives you strength to move forward. Arrogance, am not. However, it's the subtext of I am higher than you. Truly wealthy people don't spend their days worrying if others know they have money. Only the fake rich and desperately lacking flaunt it. When you are desperate to prove your value, you prove only your inner poverty. You're taking your hard-earned salary of merit and using it to buy high-grade fertilizer specifically to water the weeds in your backyard. Your merit becomes the nutrient for your arrogance. Genetic modification via thought. This is where it gets hunting. The master explains that JNF isn't just wasting merit. It is a destructive transformation of your mind. In the law of karma, a result requires 3 conditions: the root, the thought of comparison, the means, the inner monologue proving how much better you are, and the completion, immersing yourself in that sweet sense of superiority. You don't even have to say a word. Just by thinking, your neural pathways are reinforced. Every time you belittle someone in your head, the parts of your brain responsible for empathy shrink, while the parts for hostility expand. You are literally performing genetic modification on yourself, eventually turning into the very monster you despise. The antidote of the leap of faith. If our own thoughts and impulses are so unreliable, whom do we trust? The text refers to the classic story of Sudamas 53 releases from the Alatamsaka Sutra. Real masters, like Manjushri, never praise themselves. They constantly praise others. Sudama faced extreme tests. One teacher told him to jump off a 1000 foot cliff to the logical, self-protective mind. This is madness. But the leap is a profound metaphor for cutting off reliance on one's own deluded perceptions. Sudana achieved enlightenment maybe because the moment he decided to jump, he severed his dependence on his brain's defensive mechanisms, his greed, anger, and pride. Concurrent choosing your evolution. Real wisdom isn't a weapon to make you feel superior. It is a shield for your soul. From this moment on, you have a choice. When you see a heated argument online, will you stay as a spectator and let the toxicity smoke damage your brain? Or will you, like the 60 bodhisattvas, exit gracefully like a swift wind? When you achieve something great, will you use it as fertilizer for the weeds of your ego? Or will you practice in secret, dedicating that achievement to a higher purpose? Every thought, whether it is belittling someone or sincerely rejoicing in their success, is a genetic aid to your future self. The power is in your hands. The next time you feel that sweet surge of superiority rising, stop, ask yourself in this moment, what kind of monster am I creating with my life as precious fertilizer? Thank you for joining this deep exploration. In a world of information overload and desperate self-expression, may we all find the clarity to flee from chaos and the grace of the highest humility.